We are pleased to announce that the 2024 Planning Advocate Award has been rededicated as the Charles J. Tornetta Planning Advocate Award in honor of the legacy of Charlie Tornetta, who served on the Montgomery County Planning Commission Board for over 55 years. Charlie's devotion to planning excellence and his dedication to serving Montgomery County as a member and leader on the board were exemplary. Al Zone received this inaugural 2024 Charles J. Tornetta Planning Advocate Award for his commitment to the Elmwood Park Zoo, the Norristown community, and the vibrancy and growth of Montgomery County. Under his leadership, the zoo was saved from financial hardship and transformed into one of Montgomery County's premier attractions and employers, annually drawing in an impressive 800,000 to 1 million visitors to Norristown to experience the zoo and its top-level attractions. Let's take a look.
I'm here to talk about the legacy of my father. Now, I think I approach this from a little bit of a different angle than maybe some of his colleagues might. I approach it obviously as his daughter. And when I think about my father's legacy, I think of a man who is warm. His smile can brighten a room. He always did. Whenever he walked into a room, he was nice. He treated everybody the same. Everybody knew him. He handled himself with humor, with grace, with kindness. I think his legacy is that everybody loved him. He was a keen businessman. He was very stern. He understood how to create and to close the business deal, but he always did it with kindness. He always treated the other side with respect. And those are the things I think of when I think of my father. And I think that he's always going to be so proud of his home and in Norristown, and he knows the potential that Norristown has. And he was willing to work every day to see that potential happen and come to fruition. That was important to him. I think it's so important that you acknowledge what he's given to this county as being on that planning commission for over 50 years. It's all volunteer. And my understanding of his role in the planning commission was not somebody that sat back quietly. He was involved in every fiber of his being. And that all comes from the fact that he also loved Montgomery County. And he knew that we had something special here. And he also had great talents that he's able to share. And he wanted to share those. My father was somebody who treated, I have to get back to this, he treated everybody exactly the same. And he was able to reach out to people and pull them all to the table and get them to work together. People wanted to do things for him. And when you're able to bring people together like that, you need to be in a leadership position. And this was a place where he was able to utilize those leadership skills and to activate others to feel the passion and to share it with them.
I worked with my father for 40 of the years. My father and his brothers started the company back in 1955. And I started here when I was 21 years old. So working with my father has been an incredible experience, and his brothers at the time. I have to say he's done a lot for Norristown. He's always kept Norristown very close to his heart in the whole Montgomery County area. Everything he did was for the community, his family, and his profession.
Charlie was my partner, Charlie was my boss, Charlie was my uncle, and we had a 43-year relationship in different aspects of the real estate business. Charlie taught me an awful lot about the real estate business. Probably most important is in our early relationship years, I became the director of development for us, and we've developed millions of square feet in the Montgomery County area. Coincidentally, at the same time as I was out in the marketplace developing all of this real estate, you know, Charlie was sitting, even though he was my partner, he was sitting on the opposite side of the table in being the chairman of the Montgomery County Planning Commission. So quite often we had some very unique and interesting discussions between the two of us because, as everybody well knows, the Montgomery County Planning Commission gets to opine on any real estate development in Montgomery County. So although our offices were only 50 feet from each other in our building, I would get a 9-page review letter from Montgomery County Planning Commission. I would rant and rave and scream, march down to Charlie's office, but after Charlie would always let me blow off my steam, he taught me as a great mentor that there was a partnership between the community and what we did is for real estate development.
My father admired Al. He saw in Al a young man that shared a lot of his vision and a lot of his forward thinking. And because my father remembers the Elmwood Park Zoo back when it was really tiny, it was I remember it when you'd give a donation to get in. And what Al has accomplished in that place, my father has admired him, has supported him, as far as I know, from the very beginning. And I think it's great respect and admiration would be the hallmarks of their relationship. There's nobody like Al, I have to say. Al is a huge personality. And Al has done something that I don't think anyone else in this area has done. He's taken a vision and he's made it come to fruition. Al dreams big. Al always has dreamed big, and he saw the tiny footprint of the Norristown Elmwood Park Zoo, and he saw something grand. And not only did he see it and he dreamed it, but he made it a reality. And for that reason, this man deserves this award.
So for me, getting involved with the zoo in 2011, the zoo was on the verge of closure. I had listened to it on the radio on KYW, and we wanted to try to get involved and see how we could help because it was such a community resource. Came over, decided to try to help them with business management here at the park. Worked with the staff, took a look at some things, and we had a little bit of work ahead of us, but it was always ran like this great mom and pop, but it really needed that business aspect. Not just the business aspect, but connecting it to the donors of Montgomery County and to the community. The big turning point for the zoo, though, was when Sharon Dinella got involved and we were able to build the Jaguar exhibit, which is one of the best Jaguar exhibits in the country. It was astronomical in attendance, and it took off. We just celebrated our 100th anniversary gala, and I mentioned the secret to the success here at the Elmwood Park Zoo is the staff. We attract jobs from first-time jobbers to retirees. It's just a great place to work. It's a great place to be involved with the community, but the staff is the secret to the success of Elmwood Park Zoo.
Working at the zoo is like working with a team every single day. We have such an amazing group of individuals that are all so inspired and motivated to come in every day. And that's all because of Al's leadership and ability to inspire his team to continue to go and grow and develop the zoo into what it has become today and to what it's going to become over the next 100 years.
So Elmwood Park Zoo has done such a great job of being that staple in the community right here in the county. And I'll tell you, it gave us an opportunity to get in touch with some other things.
The Charles Boxon exhibition came about a while back when Al was challenged by a local borough council member to see how he could better connect the zoo to downtown Norristown. And he found that by way of partnership with the Center Theater and with the Greater Norristown Society for the Arts. So the zoo now operates the theater as part of a rental program. So once we were able to get into the theater, Al's first goal was to open the Charles Bloxon exhibition. Charles Bloxon is a local Norristonian and is a world-renowned African-American and African historian. And it was Al's goal to make sure that his life's work was showcased in Norristown in one of the amazing buildings that we have here.
When I took over the zoo, some people thought I was crazy to do so. If you asked me if I was going to run a zoo 15 years ago, I would tell you you were nuts. But it's a pride. It's a pride in my town. It's a pride in my community, and I just love being a part of it.
He understood Norristown because he is from Norristown. He is Norristown, and he has a great vision for it as well. When we talk about things that outside of the zoo that he's done, like the Center Theater, it was more about driving people into Norristown than it was about a theater. And the same thing with the zoo. It's more about Norristown than it is about the zoo for Al. It was more about driving people in and getting them to stay here, bringing their families back, bringing school children into this town that never would have thought about coming here before.
As long as I'm here and as long as our board of directors is in place, Elmwood Park Zoo will always be a cornerstone for Norristown community. Being born and raised in Norristown, it's so important for me. We get involved in every one of their 4th of July celebrations, their Juneteenth celebrations, all the events that the municipality is doing. Charlie Tornetta, a visionary, a legend, an entrepreneur, a trailblazer, an amazing, amazing man. Just a year ago, I was in his office and he was still coming to work every day, and everyone knew Mr. Tornetta's energy. But it was amazing to take leadership and direction from someone like him and to watch him operate. It's absolutely an honor to receive the Charles Tornetta Award. I want to thank Montgomery County, the Planning Commission, all the staff and energy that goes into this spotlight, and it's truly an honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you for taking the time to learn about this inspiring planning advocate. If you want to learn more about Al or any of the other winners, please visit our website at montgomerycountypa.gov/planning.